Welcome back to our last week of the Pantry Challenge. We have been working steadily through some of our freezer supplies and sweet potatoes and things like that. We have been going to the store a little bit for dairy and things like that, but we've been trying to eat up our harvest and things like that. Tonight we are having butter chicken. I've never made this before, but it's a jar of sauce from Aldi. And we're gonna cook up some chicken thighs in bite-sized pieces and some peppers to go with it. And then, let's see. Peppers are frozen. We're also gonna have it over some rice, and I think we have some leftover green beans we're gonna have with it. So the other night we had, let's see, what did we have Saturday night that I was gonna tell about? We've had a little bit of sickness run through our house this past weekend, and so nobody really felt like eating crazy like Saturday. So I made omelets for dinner. So I just made some peppers and onions for the filling with some cheese. And I made some super delicious sweet potato hash browns. Now, guys, these are definitely a make again. So I shredded the sweet potato with my cheese grater and put some bacon grease on a cookie sheet. Put it in my oven. Got it a little warm, and then put the sweet potatoes right on the bacon grease. And then I cooked them for like 20 minutes, flipping them like halfway through. Sprinkle a little salt on them at the end. They were so good, and definitely my new favorite way of making sweet potatoes. So last night we had something that I grew up having occasionally, and it was just some hamburger cooked with some ketchup, breadcrumbs, oregano, salt, a little bit of sugar. I think that was it. And then I put it on a baguette, like an open-faced baguette, and put some cheddar cheese on top of it, melted the cheese. So good. Definitely something we'll have again. The original recipe calls for American cheese, but you know, that was back in the day when everything was American cheese, and we don't really eat American cheese, so we use cheddar instead. Anyway, so that is what we are having. If I remember, I will take a picture of tonight's dinner once we eat it. Let you know how it tastes. Today I am making a beef pot roast, and I do not remember how I made it back at the beginning of January exactly. I kind of just winged it, I think, and so I don't think I have a real recipe. Anyway, it turned out so delicious and so tender that I wanted to recreate it again. So I'm kind of trying to document it a little bit better this time. So I have my roast in a skillet, and I'm searing it on all sides with some salt and pepper on the sides, and a little bit of oil. I'm gonna do that. It's still partially frozen on the inside. The outside is thawed a little bit, but the inside is still pretty frozen. So it's 11 o'clock now. Hopefully it will be done for dinner. Once this is done, I'm gonna put it in my crock pot, and I need to see if I can find some broth, or make some broth or something for a little liquid that I can cook in. And I'll probably put some garlic powder and onion powder on it to cook it. I'm just doing kind of a basic beef roast. I don't have a ton of like potatoes, carrots, that sort of thing. Actually, I don't have any of either, I'm pretty sure, besides freeze-dried potatoes. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then just cook it on low for most of the rest of the day. I may crank it up to high towards the end of the day, just to make sure it gets done before dinner. And I'll probably have some mashed potatoes with it. Maybe some other veggie, if I can find another veggie. I don't know. Maybe we could have corn. I haven't had corn in a while. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. So hopefully this tastes good. I can keep recreating this. The curry from last night turned out really good. We enjoyed it, and the girls could not stop eating the peppers. Like, I was trying to cook them in the pan, and they were like trying to snag them out of the pan. Finally they got a bowl of peppers, frozen peppers, and they were munching them and devouring them. I was like, wow, okay, guess this can be a new snack here. It's good for you. I found some old beef broth in the freezer that didn't actually taste very great, like as a beef broth, or it just seemed very watery maybe, but it'll be perfect for this roast because, yeah, we don't really need much juice for it anyway. They don't really make a gravy with their beef roast. Nobody really likes gravy, so I don't make it. I almost forgot. I have this little tiny jar of banana pickles that is kind of mushy. Like, they did not can very well and keep their crunch. So I'm going to add that on top of this roast. Kind of like a Mississippi pot roast. That's what I'm going to do. I almost forgot about that. And that would have been sad because I've been wanting to use this in a long time. Anyway, when I make banana pickles these days, it works, banana pepper pickles, it works better if I just don't can them and just put them right in the fridge. And they stay crisp. And they're fine. So I learned that. We're making some yummy lunch today. I don't always make lunch, but a lot of times we have leftovers. But today, now it's kind of rainy out. Everybody's still kind of feeling a little crummy. So I'm going to make some paninis and tomato soup. Yes, I've made this tomato soup like 4 times this last 2 months. But we really enjoy it, and I've even frozen some. put aside for a vacation we're taking in a few months. And yeah, hopefully it'll be just easy to pull out when we're camping. So anyway, the sandwich I am making, is going to have cream cheese on it, and then some bacon, and cheddar cheese, and jalapeno peppers for anybody who wants. So kind of like a jalapeno pepper sandwich. We've had it once before and it was good. And I'm thinking maybe the spice of the jalapenos will help drive away the sniffles. Maybe. I don't know. It'll be good though. That was good roast beef. Maybe not quite as tender as I had hoped, but it was still pretty good. Slowly learning the keys to success of a good roast beef. I think I used to always cook it to 165 degrees and it wasn't ever done. Like, it was very tough. But the longer you cook it and the slower you cook it, the better it is. So this was up to 200 degrees ish. So it definitely tasted better than those that I cook at only 165. Tonight I'm making a taco soup with that leftover roast beef. So I'm cooking some frozen peppers in here, and then I'm going to add some garlic in a minute. And add this leftover drippings from the roast, some corn, and some black beans, and then probably season it with some taco seasoning. Might have a little cheese on it, sour cream, maybe that sort of thing. Probably have some chips with it or something. It is the time of year of fresh cilantro in the garden, so we're going to go pick some to add to our soup. I think it'll make the soup taste so much more delicious. It looks pretty good already, but I think this will just be so much better. That soup was not super delicious. I think I put in too much taco seasoning, and so it was kind of salty and kind of strong flavored. I probably could have left out a little bit of the taco seasoning. It would have been better. Anyway, we ate it, and it's gone. So that's good. I also cooked up a ham, and we had some mac and cheese with it one night. And then I made broth with the ham bone, and I froze the broth. So, you know, we got lots more broth in the freezer. We really like ham broth because it's pretty flavorful and kind of salty, so it adds a lot of flavor and goodness to the soup that you're making. So anyway, that is our pantry challenge. I would say we did a pretty good job of eating up a lot of our harvest and the sweet potatoes and things like that, and also being creative with some new recipes. So now it's back to regular cooking and things like that. Yeah, I still struggle with finding good meals to eat though that are not the same every night. So let's see. Yeah, I had to do a big restock grocery trip the other day, and whew, it was a lot. You know, you run out of all the things like, you know, body soap and tissues and all that sort of thing, and you gotta restock it, and then all of a sudden it's a lot of groceries. I'm still working on putting them all away. Anyway, all that to say, we're done with the pantry challenge for this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't done so already, we'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. Leave us a comment down below what you would love to see us make for videos in the near future, and I'll see you next time.